For some time, the dominant school of thought regarding central banking was that focusing on low inflation will eventually lead to greater growth, an increase in employment-generating activities, and poverty reduction. However, recent evidence of central banking in places such as the United Kingdom, United States, Japan, and France indicate that supporting selected economic sectors using direct methods of intervention has been an essential task of their central banks. How can the Central Bank of Nigeria act as an agent of economic development? To discuss this and more, I am being joined by former Deputy Governor of the Central Bank, Mr. Tunde Lemo. Mr. Lemo, we thank you for joining us.
It's my pleasure.
And I thank you for tuning in. My name is Modele Sharafa Yusuf. Here is a quick biography of my guest before our conversation. Born on 28 December 1959, Mr. Tunde Lemo holds a bachelor's degree in accountancy from the University of Nigeria in Nsukka. He also attended advanced management program at the Wharton College, University of Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, as well as executive training programs in Harvard University, INSEAD, France, and Brandeis University, Boston. He was executive director, credit and relationship management, Wema Bank PLC, and later Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer between 2000 and 2003. He then served as Deputy Governor, Financial Sector Surveillance, Central Bank of Nigeria, and retired as Deputy Governor Operations, Central Bank of Nigeria in 2014. He is currently Chairman, Lambeth Trust and Investment Company Limited. Mr. Lemo is a Fellow Institute of Chartered Accountants and a Fellow Chartered Institute of Bankers. He is an officer of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Let me start by asking you, sir, what do you reckon is the economic policy of this administration?
For me, so much has been said about this, the economic policy of the administration, but I'm yet to be convinced that there is, for now, a very coherent policy thrust. Although they've anchored the policy around three things: anti-corruption, then a safer Nigeria, i.e. they're going to fight Boko Haram insurgency and other things that would not make Nigeria a very good place to do business. And finally, they're going to work on the economy to take the economy back on the fast track. However, I believe it's important now that the economic team has been assembled for them to actually come up and begin to drill down and talk in terms of what they intend to do around employment, around competitiveness, what they intend to do by making sure that more Nigerians are put back, on the job track. And then how do we then lift our growth path to what it used to be or what it should be? I'm yet to see that. I see so many activities, but I don't yet have a very clear and coherent economic program that I believe all of us should latch on to.
So what do you recommend in concrete terms for the CBN to do in respect of the foreign exchange policy?
For me, central bank being monetary policy institution should actually provide or assist in providing a very stable macroeconomic environment because an economy, especially a developing economy, cannot grow sustainably without very, very strong macroeconomic environment, very stable and strong macroeconomic environment. But if you look at today, the macroeconomic environment is not as stable as it should be. I believe central bank should have its handle much more on that. And what are the key indices around macroeconomy that they should work on? First and most importantly is inflation. Inflation, unfortunately, is trending upwards. Today is around 13-point-something%. And I think that is really not good for our economy. The foreign exchange is another key challenge, area of challenge, where I believe central bank is not doing enough. They appear to have used all the instruments available, but the political system should permit them actually to have a stronger handle on the foreign exchange. We were visited by exogenous shock, i.e., the steep fall in the price of crude oil has affected our income, and it has affected reserve level, and that is why the forex issue is what it is. But they should then sit back and begin to think through how they can come up with a much more flexible foreign exchange policy that will ensure that we have a capital, the capital flow is back to what it used to be. Investors suddenly are leaving Nigeria because they cannot see they cannot see their way through medium to long term what the exchange policy will be. So when you talk about macroeconomic environment in a developing economy like ours, inflation, exchange rate, and a few other things that have to happen are not yet there. Well, interest rates, unfortunately, is high because of all these things that we're talking about. And central bank can support the government by ensuring that there is stable macroeconomic environment, and that will then assist in helping investors, that will assist in helping foreign investors, domestic investors, and the business community generally to plan. And this is when we can then begin to see sustainable growth that we all envisage.
As you mentioned, some of the CBN's development initiatives have included direct interventions in key sectors such as power, aviation, and agriculture. Why do you reckon these have not yielded the desired results?
No, there has been some improvements, but you cannot get the full benefits of these until you look at the other area, the other macroeconomic factors. Of course, there have been significant progress. Look at agriculture, for instance. Our food import bill used to be about 11 billion US dollars. Because of central bank intervention, we've had significant improvement, so much so now that I'm told that our import bill is down to about 5 billion US dollars. We see large areas, we see key developments in areas like rice production in Kebbi. Today in Nigeria, we consume about 5 million metric tons of rice. And Kebbi alone is poised to deliver 1 million metric tons. So if we have 5 of Kebbi, we will not be able to import rice. Excellent. There are also other areas where they have intervened in the area of power. Even the DISCOs that are, the GENCOs, the generation companies that are already started, they've been assisted by central bank. We know what has happened in the area of aviation. It would have been very worse because the debt burdens some 5, 6, 7 years ago were so high that by now there would have been no aircraft flying in Nigeria, but for those interventions. But what I'm saying is that we have not yet seen the full effect of all of those initiatives in the economy, because at the end of the day, what do you expect to see as a result of all of this is double-digit growth in our GDP. GDP growth has plummeted to around 2.3, 2.5%, when some 5, 6 years ago it was between 6 and 7%. So all I'm saying is that until you deal with those important overarching areas, issues, then all of these other initiatives you're talking about will not be much felt by the man on the street.
With an addition of about 2 million Nigerians into the labor pool every year, it's been suggested that the CBN cannot afford to concentrate only on price and monetary stability. What additional measures are required to identify productive sectors of the economy and channel credit towards those?
Oftentimes we expect too much from central bank. Central banks all over the world do not deliver growth. Central banks all over the world deliver stable macroeconomic environment. They deliver low inflation. They deliver stable foreign exchange environment and other things, so that economic planners can then build sustainable growth on the back of those things. But in Nigeria, because in most cases the fiscal authorities may not be as effective as they should be, everybody thinks central bank should deliver all of these things. It is not the responsibility of central bank to deliver growth. So whatever it is I'm going to suggest is not within the purview of just central bank. I think we should begin to look at the economy generally and the role of government more than the role of central bank. Central bank intervened in key sectors of the economy because nature abhors vacuum. In other climes, this will have been the responsibility of the fiscal authorities. So long as central bank delivers on the macroeconomy, then of course the fiscal authorities will therefore leverage that to then deliver growth. But I think in Nigeria, to be able to increase jobs and to be able to do more in the area of employment, we should begin to look at how to leverage. I mean, you decompose the Nigerian GDP, you find out that agriculture accounts for close to 20% of our GDP. What is happening in the area of agriculture is that we are not having enough funding. If we can fund agriculture properly, we will be able to raise employment in that area.
We will take a break now. I ask you to please join us again when Mr. Tunde Lemo and I continue our conversation.